Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about what happens when a narcissist loses their supply. What do you think a narcissist will go through when they lose the supply that they have? Now, I always talk about this. People talk about, well, when the narcissist loses you, they're going to lose control. And what I have to say to that is, that's not always true, okay? That is not always true. Don't think just because a narcissist loses you or loses their supply that they're going to lose control. I always say you have to look at the narcissist that you're dealing with and, what are their options? If you have a narcissist that has plenty of options, plenty of supply, if they lose one supplier, they lose you, it's not going to really affect them because they can replace you. Unfortunately, that's just a sad reality. Narcissists, that are very independent, they don't care. They don't care, all right? Because they have people that will meet their needs. But if you are a supply that the narcissist needs, that's when it's really going to hurt the narcissist. And that's when the narcissist is going to lose control. That's when the narcissist may get vicious with it. They may start stalking you. They will definitely smear you behind your back, all right? Or may even smear you publicly on social media because they're angry. They're angry that they lost, not angry that they lost you, but lost what you had to offer them. It could be money. It could be a place to live. It could be sex or just attention, all right? Narcissists don't like to lose anything, all right? In general, they hate to lose. There's always going to be that anger, that resentment when a narcissist loses a supply. This is why narcissists will rarely discard you. You're always going to have to usually be the one to discard them because they'll keep you around lingering for years. They'll breadcrumb you for years. They don't care. They don't care about wasting your time. Narcissists don't care about your time or your life being wasted away. They love to keep you around and, have you as an option, as a backup supply, or, have you as a filler while they're looking for another supply that they think is going to be better. So when a narcissist loses supply, all right, it's going to affect them differently depending on where they are in life. See, here's the thing, you guys, and this is what a lot of people don't realize. I see a lot of dating coaches out there and they talk about, well, you got to do this or you got to do that or you got to have strong boundaries or you have to do, you can't let the narcissist treat you this way. If you put up those strong boundaries, they're going to do what you want and everything. Not necessarily, okay? Because I'll tell you why. Because there is so much supply out there and accessibility to supply is abundant. Because of social media, all right? I mean, we had this before, social media, but social media has really, been advantageous to the narcissist. They can access all kinds of supply that they couldn't, have access to before. For example, you may have an older narcissist who wants a young supply. Before social media, it was hard for that older supply to, conquer a young supply or be around a young supply. A lot of times they had to do that in person, all right? And that could be awkward, that could be strange. But today with social media and dating apps and inbox on all the different social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, no matter what it is, Snapchat, narcissists can inbox any young supply that they want and just be like, hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. And they have access immediately to younger or a pretty supply or a lot of supply. That's why they say with the dating apps, oh, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And that's exactly right. Because there is so much supply out there that you have to weed through and find your person, okay? You have to weed through and find your person because the abundance of supply. So what is this going to do for a narcissist that loses you? What do you think this is going to do? Well, if you met them on a dating app, I got news for you. They're never, ever going to leave the dating app, all right? A narcissist that you meet on the dating app is always going to be on the dating app. They love it. It's like It feeds their ego. They love the variety. They love jumping around. They don't want to give that up to be talking to one person and get bored with them. That's not what the narcissist wants. They love excitement. They love variety. So when a narcissist, loses a supply, they're just going to jump back on those dating apps, jump back in the inbox that they met you on, and they're going to be, hitting up other people and try to replace them and have backup to them and backup to the other one, all right? So what happens when a narcissist loses supply? They're just going to try to get twice as much other supply. This is what they're going to do, all right? So look at how you met that narcissist. If you met them online, let's say they reached out to you by inbox. Well, I got news for you. Half the time when narcissists reach out to you by inbox, you're not the only one they're reaching out to. They're reaching out to like 10 other people at the same time, and they're juggling. They love to know that they're wanted. They love to know that there's people around. They also don't want to be dependent on you, okay? This is why a narcissist can leave a relationship so coldly, because they have made themselves not put all their eggs in one basket, which is your basket, and they are not dependent on you, okay? That's why they can leave you so coldly. They don't get attached. They just don't get attached. As much as you think they did get attached or that they fell in love with you, well, if they fell in love with you, they would never take a chance of losing you. So if they could just let you walk away, they never loved you, all right? If they can go longer than a month without talking to you, they never really cared about you. Sorry to tell you that, all right? Because somebody who really cares about you will never take a chance of losing you or losing you to somebody else. So when a narcissist, when they lose their supply, they're just going to try to get busy with other supply. They're going to try to put, let's say you were their main supply. Now they have to move and make somebody else their main supply. They're going to hone in on that other person, and they're going to make them their main supply, okay? And usually by the time that you walk away from the narcissist, all right, the narcissist has already got to a point where they have somebody, all right? They don't just start looking at the point where you walk away. They felt the relationship coming to a breakup. The narcissist knows. They're studying you the whole time during the relationship, and they know when you're starting to pull away, or you're starting to get turned off, or you're starting to get frustrated. Now they know, things are starting to break down here. Now you're starting to see me for who I am, that I'm not, authentic, that I had a mask up. Then the narcissist will be frantic, making sure that that other supply is in place even before they break up with you. They want to make sure that that other supply is in place. So when that narcissist loses supply, loses you, at that point, you can trust and believe they have somebody else, and they're not really too concerned about it. The other thing, too, is narcissists figure that when you walk away, they'll give it a little time, you'll miss them, and you'll come back. See, a narcissist doesn't think you're going anywhere. They think that, you're going to... They thought at one time that they had you so hooked that they could hook you again. This is where narcissists overplay their hand. They think that, because you fell for them, that you will always be accessible to them. And that's where the narcissist loses, because the narcissist may try to come back to you, let's say in a couple weeks, a couple months, even longer, right? And a lot of people don't even give the narcissist the time of day. And that's where the narcissist loses. The narcissist, can't open that door again. The longer the time that the narcissist lets go by, that's when you're going to be healing, okay? So the more time that goes by, the stronger you will become, and the weaker the narcissist will become, because now they're going to be missing you, and they're going to want to come back and try to get that supply out of you. But not all narcissists, will be missing that supply if they are a narcissist who could get a lot of supply. Let's say you're dealing with a very good-looking narcissist that can get a lot of supply. they're not going to worry about it too much if they lose the supply of you. They're not going to worry about it because they know that they can get other supply. But if you have somebody who's, desperate, or a narcissist that can't get a lot of supply, that's where it gets a little tricky. That's where you could have somebody that could be, not leaving you alone. If that narcissist is not leaving you alone, then you could trust and believe you have a very good supply, or the narcissist you're dealing with is having a hard time getting other supply. So you guys, it's like this. You have to really study the person you're with, because no two narcissists are the same. Yes, narcissists, people talk about, they all come out of the same playbook. Yes and no, okay, with that. Like, they may have similar tactics, but one narcissist may be more independent and more prideful than another narcissist. And that narcissist may never come back. Most narcissists come back, but some don't, all right? Some don't. Believe it or not, some don't. You could have a narcissist that you haven't heard from in weeks, months, years, and then all of a sudden pop up like 10 years later. That could happen. Narcissists don't care. They will try you. They will try you even if you had a big fight with them, they'll come back. It depends on how desperate they are to get supply. So, they figure, what's the worst that could happen? You reject them, you yell, they just hang up the phone. Then they don't care. Then they know, okay, I can't deal with you. I'll go to somebody else. So what happens to a narcissist when they lose supply? Like I said, it depends on the supply the narcissist has. Now, when you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, this gets to be a tricky one. Malignant narcissists are probably the most controlling narcissist out there. That's why they're very, very dangerous, all right? Because they need constant control. These type of narcissists will be controlling what you're wearing, who you're talking to. They're not going to want you talking to your family. That's a narcissist that will definitely lose control when they lose supply. And that narcissist could be very dangerous. That's the narcissist, most times, that is going to be stalking you, driving by your house, stalking your social media, and threatening. They could be threatening as well, all right? So if you see any of these kind of signs, you've got to take it to the police and cover yourself and protect yourself, all right? Because now you're dealing with the narcissist who's losing control, losing you, and is, having a major narcissistic collapse, in which case they're going to try to make you pay for that. See, when narcissists have a narcissistic collapse, somebody's going to pay for it. And it's usually the person that causes that collapse. That may be when you expose them, when you walk away from them, when you insult them, all right? So that narcissist is going to seek revenge. When you break up with a narcissist, you're also causing a narcissistic collapse a lot of times, and that narcissist is going to try to seek revenge. They could seek revenge by calling the authorities on you for something, trying to set you up, trying to provoke you. This is what they'll do because they're flipping out because they're losing control, they're losing the supply, all right? So what are the factors that we take into consideration? How controlling that person is, how narcissistic that person is, whether that person has other supply to replace you. Are they okay if you walk away because they have all this other supply and they're not worried about you? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're just going to forget about you. They're not just going to forget about you, all right? But it's not really going to affect them the way you think it's going to affect them, or affect you the way, it's affecting you, because you were all into the relationship and they weren't. But when a narcissist loses supply and they have an abundance of other supply, they will be okay. They will be okay. But when they're not okay and they're not doing well, or they're having a dry spell out there, or, they're starving for supply, this is when they're going to come back and hoover you, all right? It's like me and my homegirl, we used to laugh about it all the time when we dealt with these narcissists. Like, I'd hear from a narcissist after like months. A lot of time went by, and I'm like, I can't believe that he's hitting me up. And she said, oh, he's not doing well out there. And I'm like, right. Like, That's the first thing that you should come into your mind when a narcissist hoovers you after a lot of time. They're not doing well out there, and now they're desperate, and they're, trying to recycle old supply, their exes. And that's when they reach out to their ex because they're not doing well and they're desperate to have somebody, okay? This is what they're going to do. They're going to reach out and they're going to try to, recycle that supply that they had with you. So again, it's all about the timing in the narcissist's life. It's all about what's going on in that narcissist's life. So when you have, like I said before, when you have a narcissist that's doing well for themselves and the narcissist loses their supply, they're okay, all right? They're okay for now, all right? But that could change. Like I said, that could change when they run into a dry spell, and that's when they may hoover you, all right? Or they may stalk you or threaten you if they, are very controlling and they need you and they're desperate, all right? But, if a narcissist is not leaving you alone and they're really at you, you know that you are a grade A supply, and they know that they can't find it anywhere else, okay? They know they can't find it anywhere else. And also, let me just say one other thing too, you guys. You could be a grade A supply and the narcissist may still not come back, all right? Why? Because of their pride, because they don't want to give in to you and come back looking for you or begging to you. They don't want to give you that satisfaction. So even though you could be a grade A supply, they're still going to go to other supply because they don't want to ever have to beg you, all right? That does happen. So don't think, just because the narcissist didn't come back, it's because you were, low bottom supply or you weren't grade A supply. No, that you could be grade A supply, but that narcissist knows they're not going to get anywhere with you because they may know you know the game or you have strong boundaries. So they're smart enough to know that they're not going to be able to get anywhere with you and they're not going to waste your time. All right. That could be a situation where a narcissist may not come back. Okay. So when a narcissist loses their supply, if the narcissist is doing well with other supply, they have other supply, they're going to be okay. If they don't have other supply, they're going to be hoovering you, looking to draw you back in, love bombing you, contacting you with catfish profiles, trying to get through to you. That's what's going to happen to the narcissist. And if they're not able to get, if the love bombing's not working with you, that's when that narcissist is going to turn vicious, all right? If they don't have other supply and you're really rejecting them and they're desperate for your supply and you're really turning, you're shutting that door to them, they're going to get angry. They may get vicious. They may get vindictive. And they may try to hurt you because that now you have a narcissistic collapse and a narcissist who's really, falling apart because they're losing control. And that's where if they feel they can't, the love bombing's not working with you, then you're really going to see the wickedness come out of them. That's when you see the wickedness come out of them, when things aren't working on you anymore, okay? That's when you're really going to see the true vicious, evil character of that narcissist. When they can't get what they want out of you, okay? So that's what happens when the narcissist loses their supply. I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, I have limited time, you guys, because I have other things going on. Check out the link in the bio. The Game Exposed, in the bio. TikTok is The Game Exposed. YouTube is the Game Exposed podcast. I have a new Facebook page, The Game EXP 777, and Instagram is The Game EXP 123. And have a great day.